This month on Inside Moore, we are showing you Moore 1 year after the May 20th tornado. We'll see just how many parks are beginning to pop up in Moore. We'll give you an update on the reconstruction of Briarwood and Plaza Towers. And we'll talk to a group that is helping rebuild Moore one volunteer at a time. Coming up right now.
Welcome to the groundbreaking for Moore Central Park.
In the span of 1 month, the city of Moore has seen an unprecedented flurry of activity within its park system. A ribbon cutting at the new Parmalee Park. A ribbon cutting for the expansion of the Brand Senior Center. The unveiling of a Devon Energy project to build new pavilions at Little River Park.
Devon is going to present us with money to do 3 more of these pavilions. This will be 4 in a row.
The announcement that thousands of trees would be donated by the Apache Corporation for Little River Park.
The Oklahoma Legislature extends to the Apache Corporation sincere commendations and directs that this citation be presented.
And the groundbreaking ceremony for the new Dr. Curtis Berry Central Park, which is now officially under construction.
This is going to be the crown jewel of all of our parks projects. This is going to be the big Moore Central Park, but drive around the city and look at all the parks we have. Look at all the upgrades that are taking place right now. Look at all of the repairs that have taken place since the tornado. You're going to see new playground equipment, new pavilions, new bathrooms, new spray parks. We're going to have several spray parks. We've got 2 now, we're going to have 2 more. New walking trails. So it's not just this park, but it's the overall community. The quality of life here is taking a big change for the good.
A good starting place is a corner of the city that has never really had a park before. Now home to Parmalee Park near 12th and Janeway. Kids from Kelly Elementary came out for the ribbon cutting.
Students, I just want to say you need to go home this afternoon and thank your parents, because they're the ones that voted for to allow you to have this park, because they voted for a 1/4 cent sales tax. You know, and that's money out of your parents' pocket, but it's well worth it.
The northwest part of Moore was underserved until the Vivian Beatrice Parmalee Park was built. It is the 12th and newest park in our park system. It was completely funded by the 1/4 cent sales tax approved by our citizens in November 2012. Thank you, citizens.
In addition to citizen sales tax initiatives, corporate dollars are also going to improve parks in Moore, like the 4,000 trees being donated to Little River Park by the Apache Corporation.
The old saying goes, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree is today. So we're proud to be out here today, helping Moore Beautiful and the Oklahoma Tree Bank get these trees in the ground for their aesthetic beauty, for their environmental benefits.
Several weeks later, Devon Energy was at the same park announcing a project to construct $200,000 worth of pavilions.
We're proud to offer $200,000 to the Little River Park to ultimately bring it back up on its feet. So this is a place where you can see people walking the trails, where you'll be able to see children playing in the many things that will be offered here. One thing you will know that will happen is this will be a place of gathering, whether it's in one of the pavilions or anywhere else, but this will be a gathering where people can share their stories and share their moments of healing, and also share how this place has ultimately brought a centerpiece on bringing Moore back to life.
Of course, the big park announcement of late has been the official beginning of construction for Dr. Curtis Berry Central Park at Broadway and 4th Streets.
This project will be a lot more than the sum of its parts. This is a new day for Moore, Oklahoma. This is the citizens of Moore, Oklahoma saying to the world, you know, we have taxed ourselves to change the quality of life in Moore and change the identity of Moore forever.
The land for this remarkable project is located on what was once the Berry family farm. Berry family members were on hand for the groundbreaking ceremony.
To be so happy that so many people will benefit from this park.
This is perfect. Perfect day. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for the opening.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
Yeah, it is emotional.
the turnout today and see the public support was just very gratifying. And then I'm hoping that this time next year, and I just heard from the mayor that they're looking at an early summer completion date, that we might be able to have this thing up and running. I would love to see what the public's reaction will be when they walk into this superb facility for the first time.
All told, 2014 is shaping up to be the year of the parks.
Good digging.
And an improved quality of life for all of our residents.
After May 20th last year, everyone could only imagine what the following year would look like for Moore Public Schools. Yet, with Briarwood and Plaza Towers construction coming to a close, Moore Public Schools have shown us just how much can be accomplished within a year.
They're coming along quite a bit. I got to take a tour of it. So they've got the tile in the bathrooms, they painted the rooms. I got to see the 8 safe rooms that they built for us.
Briarwood and Plaza we're basically on schedule and set to open in August 2014. And looks like construction will be done hopefully towards the end of July or that first week in August. Highland East Junior High, the gym, that was also a complete loss. We're looking at August 2014 as well.
One of the parents I was talking to, they saw the building and they were confused because they thought, their kids are younger, thought it was going to be exactly the same. That when they rebuilt Briarwood, it would be just like the pod school. And so they're surprised that it's new.
Even with the new, we won't soon forget what we lost on May 20th. With the recent construction of the new Plaza Tower Memorial, parents of those lost got to have a say in what the memorial should look like.
In the very beginning, they asked us to all come together to give our ideas and our perceptions of what the memorial, in our opinion, would be. So then they took everything that all of the parents said and they went back to the drawing board. They started their drawings, they started their renditions in 3D forms of what they heard us say. And I mean, it was above and beyond just anything that we could have, possibly imagined. I mean, it gives the love and the hope of the kids that they're not going to be forgotten, but it also gives the future for the new school. When you walk up from the memorial, from the gate, from the very beginning of the school, there's going to be all kinds of words like laugh and sing and friendship, and as you go in the door, which the Plaza Panther will be inside the door, and it has learn and teach and stuff like that. So they're progressing as they go in the door.
And the schools of Moore have progressed, but now without the hospitality of a loving community.
Everything they have, they've shared with us, and it's been good. It's been healing for our staff and students to be surrounded by all this support.
I'm expecting a lot of happy kids and teachers and staff, a lot of smiling faces. Not to say that we've not been grateful for everything that's been given to us this last year, but we're all getting to go back home. And there's no place like home. And so we're all ready for that day.
The silhouettes are all going to be lit, so us parents are able to go down there at night and sit on our child's bench, go and stand and look at our child, the memory of our child at night, and that's going to be awesome, a place of peace and comfort for us.
Peace that not only brings a breath of fresh air, but also hope for the future.
We've probably had $60, $70 million worth of construction going on due to growth and the damage from the storm. And that's just the school district alone. I do think things will slow down. I think we'll continue to grow, and we'll continue to see rooftops being built, especially in those areas where we lost so much. You're seeing that now.
It's big, but it feels like a small town community. Everybody knows everybody, and they're connected in some way, shape, or form. And so when something tragic happens like this event, it hits home, and you want to reach out and help. So no matter where you are and Moore, someone's going to step up and help.
It's awesome because we see that, number one, Moore is so resilient that they're not going to let something like that keep them down. And you can go by the school that was nothing but flattened, and it's going to be a brand new school. There's brand new homes all around it. So it just shows me that there's life and there's growth after the storm.
Over the past year, Moore has received hundreds of dedicated and passionate volunteers from around the country, helping rebuild the Moore community. It has been difficult work, but it has inspired others to volunteer their time to other causes. One of Serve Moore's volunteers, Jonathan Helmuth, explains how volunteering has impacted his life.
I don't believe that we were created to live our lives for ourselves. I believe that we were created to serve the people around us, and everything in our culture, at least, tells us all the time, do what's best for you, do what's best for yourself, indulge, you deserve it, focus on yourself all day long, every day. And to push back against that, to take some time and say, you know what, I'm going to think about somebody other than myself right now, I'm going to take some time and care about somebody else and really love them in a very practical way by doing something for them that they can't do for themselves. It's a very powerful thing. It's a maturing process. It's a process of refining, of becoming the person that you want to be by actually taking hold of the situation and doing something that the type of person you want to be would do. And a big part of volunteerism is not just the physical aspect of it, but it's the emotional aspect of it. It's really helping somebody out on a very emotional level. Putting yourself aside like that is a very humbling process. And humility is something that is, I think, is in short supply in our culture and not very highly valued, but ought to be valued much more highly. If you look at the people that you really respect and you look at the people that you really think highly of, they probably are pretty humble people. After the tornado, I was working with Serve Moore, and I was organizing groups, sending them out into the community to go different places to clean up, to do debris removal, to help families out with repairs and that type of thing. We had groups by the thousands coming from all over the nation to work with us at Serve Moore. And one specific example, we had a group come down from New Jersey. They drove 3 days to be here. They spent about a week volunteering, and then they were turning around and about to drive back another 3 days to New Jersey after they just spent this week working 10-hour and 12-hour days. And they came up to me and said, "Thank you for what you're doing here." I was like, are you kidding me? You just drove 3 days from New Jersey and spent a week volunteering out here in the hot sun, and then you're about to drive 3 days back, and you're thanking me because I asked you to do it? That's an incredibly humbling experience. And that was one that was repeated over and over as people were coming through from all over the nation and helping us out and turning around and going home. They would come up and say, "Thank you for what you're doing." It blew me away, and it was one of the most humbling experiences of my life. It's humbling to be a part of something like that, to be a part of something bigger than yourself, to realize I'm one of billions of people on this planet. This life is obviously not all about me, and let me get outside of myself, be a part of something bigger, and help people that are in genuine need. Everybody can volunteer. Anybody can volunteer. When I was in working with Serve Moore, we've had people volunteering through our church that are of every age, that are of every persuasion. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, you can get involved and have a job. If you're a kid, we had organization things that we had them do. We had them handing out water. We had them doing a lot of things that were extremely important. A good volunteer comes in and says, "Hey, I'm here to work. I'm here to help you. How can I help? No matter what the job is, I'm just here to work." The best way to get involved is to get involved in your community, to find the needs right where you're at and see how you can meet them. I mean, I guarantee you, no matter who you are and no matter where you live, there are people in your community that need your help. Find them and find out how you can help. If you don't have the resources, ask. You would be blown away at how many people have the resources that want to help and just don't have the time or don't know how. They don't know where to put those funds. There are so many people out there that are waiting for somebody just to ask them to help. that if you get out there and start asking your friends to help you help others, they're gonna say yes. People love to do this. People love volunteering, and it's one of the most fulfilling things you could ever do. The thing, honestly, that keeps bringing me back is simply that I'm a follower of Jesus, and he says to love your neighbor as yourself. You know, love them the way that you love yourself. And then he not only taught us to do that, but he gave us an incredible example with his entire life of the way that we should do that.
With both great passion and dedication, there is strength in volunteering. The kind of strength that builds character, builds friendship, and of course rebuilds this great city around us. You can visit servemore.com to discover more volunteering opportunities.